Okay, so I'm going to show you some pictures here, so we're going to have to take a walk back a little bit into time during this invasion. When they went into Iraq, do you remember that Abu Ghraib prison thingy where they were torturing those guys? The interesting thing about that is they weren't military guys that were torturing them, or I mean, interrogating them. They were civilians. The reason they were civilians is because I told you they're looking for evidence, they're looking for clues. They positioned this guy in this position, and you can tell he's hooked to electricity because it's power. You see the electrodes attached to him? Because it's power. They want the power, the energy, okay? And they're killing people to get it. Okay, there's a whole philosophy behind this thing and a religious and spiritual thing. Notice the people that think it's funny. You notice this guy's packed, that's ice. This guy's in complete ice. Red-headed broad, red-headed guy. Okay, here they are over here again. Okay, see the electrodes? And he's on the cube, right? They're torturing civilians to get ancient information about places. And when I show you the last picture, you'll get it. The spiritual aspect of it is if you look here, you remember this video I did a long time ago? You see this guy's shirt? See the face? Each one of these has a face on it. There's 10 of them. Each one of them is probably representing something on the Kabbalistic tree. Okay? The reason that they implanted this picture, again, it's a red-headed broad because it's the woman. It's the chaos. Okay? This is all really bad crap. Trust me. You see the position this guy is in the 4 points with the cube? This was Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq where they were torturing. Okay? This is Abu Ghraib, Egypt. You see this? It's the same as this. Okay? This is what they're afraid of because it's what's underneath this is what they're afraid of and they're trying to get to. Now, hang on. I'm going to see if I can find the verse where it talks about trying to kill these guys off. Hang on. This is where the power lays. That's down in the abyss here. Okay. So we see here, King James Version, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. That's the BP thing. Remember that? All of that water is trying to get basically to what this is representing. Because this here is exactly what this is. You see the electrodes? It's the power. But it's not the power like the power that you plug your fucking toaster into. It's something different than that. It's of a spiritual nature. So we see that there was some kind of big ass flood, and it helped out the woman. Okay, now let me just I want to show you where it says they can't find these guys, and so Obama and his crew or whoever these guys are get really pissed because they can't pinpoint their location. What I'll do is I'll get back to you on that. I have to find a verse. This picture here, and this guy right here, and what these fucks are doing to these people, because they want that information, going into destroying, torturing these dudes here. These faces on here are entities. The woman, which is, these two are the same. They're not the same person. They're the same spirit. Okay, this cocksucker, all redheads, okay, are trying to steal this. That's why they got the wires. Yes, it's also torture. I get all that, but it's all about the power, and it's all about this here. That's why this guy here, is in the same configuration as this big ass stone. They want that fucking information, and they're destroying anything and everybody that's got any ties to it. They did it with the American Indians. Anybody who has an inkling how things really worked, which would have been the American Indians, anybody that's indigenous to a land like the natives that live in the jungles, they kill them off. But this is some ancient, serious shit that's going on here. And whatever this woman is this troublemaker. Throughout the whole Bible, it's the same woman. It's Eve. It's Lilith. It's fucking Delilah, the one that stabbed Samson in the back. It's the whore of Babylon. It's the same spirit. I don't even know how to put this in the correct context to show you guys what I mean, because it's hard to explain a spiritual story without ever having seen it. As long as you understand that the woman is a spirit, it's a spiritual, it's a spirit of descent or a spirit of chaos. Okay? But I don't know how to explain it the right way. It's not the good guy. It's the bad guy throughout the Bible. This story has been so convoluted and fucked up. But there's artifacts laying around that put pieces together, and that's what they're looking for. And when they get the pieces, they destroy any trace of it. And whatever this woman is, she, because the devil wears Prada, is running around causing all of this chaos right now. And I find it hard to believe that Barack Obama is going to be the savior of the world by trying to chase this bitch down into the desert. But it's in this area. Here's Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Iran. That's all the same area. Who the fuck put this big ass rock there? Fuck the pyramids. God only knows what this thing weighs. And you can tell that it's not part of this rock because you can see where it was set down. This was done by some bigger folks, like maybe 30 feet tall. This wasn't done by a bunch of fucking little skinny fucking dune coons running around in the desert with a fucking pickaxe. This is some serious shit, and that's what they're afraid of. And these guys are affiliated with the woman. That I am absolutely sure. And I'll have to find the verse that explicitly tells you that they can't find these guys. Exactly. But I showed you where it says that the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed the flood. I'm sure that's what the BP incident was. They let that fucker run for how long? You know how many gallons of seawater poured down into the earth? I mean, any idea how fucked up that was? So, and then we've got, I don't know. I'm sure you can follow what I'm trying to say. But this spirit here is the same one here, holding up her hand. You see the hand? Just like the little princess, just like McCartney was doing in Live and Let Die. Remember the video I did not too long ago? Same pose. Okay? This guy giving the thumbs up and the finger up. These people were murdered for information. That's why it wasn't the military doing it. This was a prison where the military was holding these guys, but the military guys did not do this. This was done by private interrogators, which tells me that they were probably of Jewish descent, and they were probably of what you would consider, I don't want to use Bible because they don't use that, they use the Torah, but of their own religious ancient writings that they probably stole from the Phoenicians. See, because they want to claim they're the chosen ones, and I don't think that they are. I mean, they were never chosen for dodgeball, I can assure you, because they're about as athletic as a fucking toadstool. I'll do more of this later. I just wanted to, this representing power, and this is the same thing, representing power. And the spiritual power behind it and all the murdering and everything else is all about the power.